In 1989, I was the Southeast Asia picture editor for Associated Press. So my job was to cover most of the southern Asian countries. But this was such a big story that the AP headquarters decided to pull me in to help out on the story. At the time, it was incredible because you have thousands and thousands of people wanting democracy in a communist country. One of the biggest, the biggest communist country probably in the world. And so I knew that that combination could be a powder keg. I would have a morning routine. I would get up early in the morning and I would pedal a bicycle to the Tiananmen Square. And it was quite amazing because the sun was rising by the time I got there. And there was the Goddess of Democracy, which is basically a replica of the Statue of Liberty. And it's facing directly across the street of the Forbidden City, where they had the large Mao portrait, Chairman Mao portrait. So you had this democracy facing off with communism that was quite striking. I started to take a photograph, and a guy walks out with shopping bags, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, this guy's going to mess up my photograph. And because I was whacked out. I mean, I really was whacked out. I wasn't thinking clearly. So I just watched him and waited, but they didn't shoot him. So I thought, you know, I need a closer shot. So I went to the back and grabbed another lens, which doubled the focal length to an 800mm. I took 3 pictures until I noticed that the shutter was at 30th of a second, which was a disaster. And by the time I figured out what happened, the man was swept away, and I just really thought I lost the photo. I still don't understand why the government refuses to admit what happened, because the United States and other European countries have made mistakes through history, and they've reconciled those problems. And they've moved forward. And I think it's time for China to move forward and just come clean on what happened, report to the family members what happened to their loved ones so that they can put this to rest. And I think that's the right, decent thing to do. It's the setup, so we're just trying to do the best we can.
Tomorrow, Saturday.
And they can hear me talk about some of the things that happened in Tiananmen Square.
Going to come and speak as well. Also, we have the daughter of the